Hello, Scorpio. All right, we're going to dive into your shadow work reading. Okay, I'm going to pull from this shadow work oracle deck. I've got two cards or decks of tarot cards I'm going to pull from. The first one is very dark. It's called the Black Tarot. So you may have to, as I go through and hold them up, you may have to zoom in, okay, to see them. And at the end, I'm going to get you another oracle card from the Goddess Power deck. Okay, we're not going to do all dark today. We're going to do some light with it. You can't have one without the other. So these shadow readings, guys, are just really meant as kind of a tool, sometimes just validation that something you're going through is what you're supposed to be going through, and is something to work on, right? We all have inner work. Shadow work is just the parts of ourselves that aren't so great, right? The things that, the traits that we all have. I know that being judgmental for a long time was one that I really worked on. And I can proudly say that I feel like I'm about 80% of the way finished with that journey. So, anyway, we're going to get you an oracle card. Don't forget to hit that like button. We have addictions. Think about the emotions you are trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. So, if you are having problems with addiction, any kind of addiction, okay, alcohol, drugs, smoking, food, sex, shopping, whatever it is, okay, we've all been there. Trust. Certainly not going to judge anybody. That's not what this is. So Scorpio, let's find out what we need to know about your shadow work and addictions. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. These readings aren't going to be my big hitting readings, but I feel like it's really important. So I'm going to do them anyway. All right. These were already shuffled, but we'll shuffle some more. What does Scorpio need to know for their shadow work? What's going on for Scorpio? Bottom of the deck, the Three of Pentacles. They're called spheres in this deck. All right. Coming into the current energy. Let me move this back. Whew. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. The challenge is the Two of Cups. Could be drinking, but it's also that light side of you and the dark side of you. We're not pulling any other energies in. Okay. So it's only talking about you. So when we're talking about the Two of Cups with just you, that's that perfect amalgam of your light side and your dark side, right? That's your challenge. Go figure. We're doing a challenge for shadow work. Okay. The foundation of the reading, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I'll let you see that a little bit more. The recent past, we have the Ten of Swords. I feel like you're dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of trauma. My throat is kind of starting to swell up, so I feel like for some of you, not all of you, this is something very traumatizing and maybe something physical involving your throat or your mouth or something. I'm not going to go into that because if you know what that is, then you're going to know. The crowning energy is the Page of Swords. Coming into the future, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And again, you may have to pause it and zoom in to these cards. How do you feel about yourself right now? How do you see yourself? We have the Ace of Pentacles. So you may be like kind of starting this brand new life, hoping that things are going to change. Energy external to you that you may or may not be aware of. We have the Six of Swords. So that's something that's hidden from you, right? Your best course of action is the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, keep doing the work. Yep. And your potential outcome is the Two of Swords. So I will tell you that for some of you, that Two of Swords in that ending position is going to be either finally being able to move forward and these things are just kind of locked behind you, not going to creep up on you anymore, or staying in that same place, right? Very stopped energy from not having healed it, right? Because not everybody is going to be able to figure out how to deal with this. Not everybody's going to want to deal with this, honestly. So we have that Three of Pentacles on the bottom. I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles on the bottom, I feel like this is something that you need to do maybe with the help of a counselor, a pastor, so whatever it is, somebody that you would be seeking advisement from. Okay. All right. So the Page of Pentacles in the current energy right now. Let's see what this is. Some of you, this Page of Pentacles, you've just gotten like a 30, 60, 90 day, 1 year, 2 year, whatever, some kind of anniversary chip from like AA or NA. Somebody's presenting this to you, or you're close to getting that milestone. And that's not going to be for all of you. And that could be in any addiction related counseling or anything. It doesn't have to be, AA or NA. It can be anything. I mean, it could even be, if you're like, if you eat your feelings, I eat my feelings. I mean, clearly, look at this, whatever. This could be, you coming up on, a milestone in a weight loss program where you've lost some weight, right? What is this Page of Pentacles? And the Devil. Yeah, you've made some progress. Okay. So I feel like you've at least acknowledged that there's a problem with whatever is going on. Okay. And for some of you, it's not going to be about addictions, and that's okay. There's still messages here to be found. Okay. But there is, with that Devil, there is clearly something um, that you are just very tethered to, very bound to, that you've got to work on. Right. And you're trying, you're doing what you can, but you've at least acknowledged that there's a problem. Right. The people who haven't even acknowledged that there's a problem probably aren't going to be watching these. I'm just saying. And the Queen of Wands. You could have I'm telling you, this card keeps coming out. You could have a fire sign female helping you. You could have fire in your chart. But more than that, it's the energy of being very motivated and taking action. Okay. The King and Queen of Wands are very action oriented. Okay. They make things happen. Okay. They go after what they want. And this is you being in that energy of being very, kind of fired up about progress that you've made, or progress, this milestone that you're coming up on, when dealing with this Devil energy, whatever that means for you. Okay. So the challenge is the Two of Cups, right? The challenge is that perfect amalgam between your light side and your dark side. We have to have both. We're humans. We're not gods. And we're not devils, so we have some of each, right? So Two of Cups and the Six of Swords. Now this is in your what's hidden. So you may have like some kind of wanting to run away, right? But it's like every time you decide to just turn your back on these problems, it's like they just rear their ugly head again, right? No matter where you go, you carry this with you all the time. You can't outrun it. Different geography isn't going to change it. Different people in your life isn't going to change it. Different jobs aren't going to change it. No matter how far you run, no matter what you do, it's always there. And the world, again, you may have tried to outrun this geographically even, but you do want to close out this cycle. You do want to heal and move forward. All right, so the foundation of the read is this Nine of Pentacles. Give me one for this Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you maybe have recently gotten married, maybe even. The problem is that it's going to contaminate that relationship if something isn't done. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, you're trying to be very stable. So that's why you're working on this. That's why you're called to watch this. That's why you're doing the things that you're doing. The issue here is that, these kinds of things will contaminate everything around them, right? But you really are working on that stability. You want the Ten of Pentacles. You want to be in the energy of the King of Pentacles, being a good provider, being very stable, very solid, very resilient, right? You want to be the rock for your family, right? Or at least one of them. You want to be able to count on yourself, and you want other people to be able to count on you too. So the recent past, and it doesn't necessarily have to be recent. It could just be this Ten of Swords energy that just no matter what you do is always there. I feel like whatever this trauma or this trigger was that led you to this addiction is was very painful. Um, I just feel like it was very abusive, very physically painful, mentally painful, emotionally painful. It was like the worst thing you've ever gone through. And it catches you off guard and still can take your breath away when you think about it, right? Yeah, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, you're carrying it with you everywhere you go. And that Queen of Wands energy is somebody who wants to burn this shit to the ground, right? Let's get it gone. Let's deal with it. That's exactly that kind of action-oriented energy that you're in, right? Yeah, so you can have a new beginning. But you've got to get rid of these 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, right? You've tried really hard to have new beginnings so many times. Your crowning energy is this Page of Swords. I feel like this reverts you back to childhood a lot. Page of Swords, that can be childhood. Pages can be children. And I think your emotional and mental issues that you have are from this trauma, whatever this was that happened to you. And it's going to be different for everybody, but for most of you, there's at least a physical component, if not a physical and sexual component. So the Page of Swords in your crowning energy and the Four of Wands. I feel like this happened as a kid, and I feel like your parents didn't acknowledge it, and it made you feel alone. It made you feel unworthy, unvalued. The Eight of Wands, and you're trying to make progress, right? You're trying to deal with this now. So in your near future, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I do feel like this is for somebody who is married or just got married or in a very long-term committed relationship. Or is about to be. But that Page of Swords, it's like you revert back to when this happened to you, even as an adult, and it leaks into everything you do, right? I feel like you're very defensive sometimes, and people may not know why. And the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this is just something that you've been dealing with for a minute, and you know that it's just going to contaminate your future if you don't deal with it. The Ace of Pentacles down here, again, this could be a new beginning of some kind, right? This could even be that mile marker achievement, in a program that you're working through to kind of help this. But I will tell you, the addiction isn't necessarily it isn't the only thing that you need to cure, okay? Because trauma is the gateway drug. Trauma is the gateway drug, okay? When we self-medicate, we do it through whatever means, right? Whether it's drinking or eating or gambling or sex or smoking or whatever it is, right? Whatever we do to self-soothe, self-medicate. So, you feel like right now you're making accomplishments, you're moving forward, you're doing what you're supposed to do, but it doesn't feel as good as it could because the trauma hasn't been dealt with. Now, the Two of Swords. It's like almost like you try to ignore the trauma component, thinking if I can heal this addiction, then I'll be fixed. So I feel like for some of you, like you may have went from, I don't know, from smoking pot to drinking or to drugs or to just whatever. It's like you get rid of one addiction, but you build a new one, right? Here's your card, Scorpio, the death card. You want new beginnings, but you have got to completely eliminate the effects of this trauma. And that's, I mean, you're never going to completely get rid of all of it, but you can deal with it. So energy external to you is the Six of Swords. This thing isn't going anywhere. And the Empress. And it may very well, you may have some problems with your mom, parents, your mother. What's this Empress? And the Three of Cups. I feel like there's a situation here where it's like you had this conversation with your mother, your father, parents, whatever, and it's like they just didn't take it seriously. They kind of dismissed you or dismissed this topic. And they're just kind of going on about their lives and doing what they do, not understanding how much this really damaged you. So that could be, I mean, there could be, lack of support from family members regarding this. So your best course of action or your advice, right, from the universe, this Eight of Pentacles, doing the work, working towards goals, right? When you meet one goal, replace it with another. And the Moon, there's that shadow work, right? Facing the dark side of yourself. And the Ten of Cups. If you want that happiness, right? If you want that emotional fulfillment, that happy family, that happiness, right? That, even if you're not in a relationship, emotional fulfillment on, a soul level. But again, I feel like this is something that happened in your childhood that's really painful. So your outcome is the Two of Swords, right? You could decide, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And I guess you could, right? Or you could just decide, full stop, it ends here. I'm going to deal with this, right? The Seven of Swords. No, if you try to run away, it's just going to catch you. There's no easy fix for these. And the King of Cups. There you are, Scorpio. You have the capacity to master your emotions and conquer this demon, right? Whatever it is. You just need a strategy. And I feel like you need some help with that. So the Three of Pentacles, like I said, I feel like you need some help. I feel like you need like a counselor, um, or a pastor or whomever you would look for guidance from. And the Two of Wands, you have a choice right now, right? You can keep going the same way you have been if you're not dealing with it and live like this forever. I don't know how good that would feel. Three of Wands. Or you can really allow this to kind of come in, right? Allow this darkness to just come in and face it head on, right? And the Sun with the Queen of Cups. You have the energy. The universe is giving you the capacity, the energy, the motivation, whatever, to handle this and to master those emotions and to fight them with this Queen of Swords energy, right? So it's up to you what decision you want to make. And again, please understand that these are not judgmental, nor are they. I'm not criticizing anyone. All right, I'm gonna get you a Goddess Power Oracle card. I love these cards. Um, I'm gonna have to read from the book because I don't have the whole book memorized. Shame on me, right? I only have like 300 decks. I should be able to memorize all of them, right? All right, let's see what we get here. For Scorpio. Ipona, I don't know if that's how you say her name. Wise leadership. Again, looking for someone, looking towards someone to help you get through this. I love her hair. I love everything about her. She's a badass. Let's see what it says. Card number 14. Let's see what we get. Okay. Stepping into the world with a sense of surety and positive self-worth is what's called for now. This goddess of leadership and guidance offers you her wisdom. Know that you have what it takes to heed it. You can do anything you place your attention on, and you'll find the accomplishments and what's needed for your intentions to take form. Whether you are aware of this or not, the way you manage your accomplishments and even the way you handle failures and losses is modeling the way forward for others, especially if you have like children. Okay. There is a wisdom growing within you, being true to you and placing integrity and humility equal to enthusiasm makes you a wise leader. Okay. So being overly assertive and determined to take actions is not in your favor at this time. So it says, not all paths are meant to be explored alone. Not all battles are meant to be fought alone. And not all opportunities will pan out. You have come a long way, and the best leader knows when to take a break. Look towards someone to help you bring forth the knowledge and the actions to take care of any issues you come across. The goddess Epona will guide you. You don't want to act out too soon or out of fear of insecurity, as you will surely slip and lose your stance. So this is really, and it says the divine has you safe and secure. So this is literally saying you need to call in someone to help you with this. No one expects you to do it alone, and it would be an awful thing to try. Okay, because um, these things are just sometimes bigger than life, right? So this is 100% saying, seek counsel, right? Seek help with this issue. Don't try and face it on your own. There's no reason to do that. Okay. And there are people here that want to help. Okay, Scorpio, that's what I got for you. I love you all so much. I'm sending you tons of healing love and light. Um, and don't forget to join me here on YouTube every Friday at 6:30 for a free card Friday. Okay. And I will see you soon.